Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Industreleven, Episode 7. Last time I finished placing all of my forestry stuff. I might have to refill bits of it this episode, but I'm hoping not to. I've got a lot of stuff in my episode preparation chest, a lot of stuff to make, so let's go ahead and get started. And let's start off with some new tools. There are two IndustrialCraft tools that I need to make. This electric tree tap. Admittedly, that's more useful later. But what I need pretty soon is the electric wrench. Hopefully you didn't miss the recipes for those. Now, the next tool comes from Red Power. 3/6, 2 iron, 2 diamonds, gives me a diamond handsaw. And finally, from Equipment Exchange, 1 diamond surrounded by 8 Mobius fuel gives me this Klein Star iron. And actually, this is the second Klein Star I have. Actually, well, not quite yet, I don't think. A couple other things I need to do. Now I'm going to go ahead and grab my other Klein Star. Well, no. I'm going to recollect these 2 energy collectors first. Then I'm going to grab the Klein Star out of here. And then I'm going to grab the antimatter relay. I'm going to start this episode with some Red Power stuff. Alright. Now, I have 3 diamond blocks, 32 Eternalist fuel. May not be enough, now that I think about it. Actually, no, it won't be. I still need 8 more Eternalist fuel, and a 4th diamond block. I apologize for that, I lost track of that. So, what I'm going to do is put the diamond blocks in the middle. I'm going to put the Eternalist fuel around the diamond blocks. And that gives me dark matter. I'm going to put one of the dark matter in the middle, and still surrounded by Eternalist fuel, I get this red matter. Now, before I do anything else, I'm going to teach it how to make red matter. 204,000 EMC, that is expensive. And how to make the dark matter. 139,000 EMC. And this Klein Star iron, which is about 60% full, has 30,000 and change in EMC. Alright. Now, I had the rest of it in here, right. 14 glowstone, 14 obsidian. And now I'm going to, first off I'm going to put the energy collectors here in the middle. Put glowstone in a U-shape around it, and then the dark matter on top gives me this collector Mark II. Basically, the point of upgrading to collector Mark II is that it collects EMC faster. Now, I'm going to put in the antimatter relay, and the obsidian in the U-shape as before. That gives me a relay Mark II. The relay Mark II can store more EMC. I want to say 1 million compared to the 100,000 capacity of the Relay Mark I. And then I'm going to go ahead, put it in the middle, put the red matter on top, and that gives me a Relay Mark III. Alright. The next thing I'm going to do is place all of this down. Alright, I'm just going to do that like so. And as you can see, the relay is building up EMC quite quickly. Now, I'm going to put this partially loaded Klein Star iron in here. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, the Relay Mark I has this burning slot, and then these 6 reserve slots for stuff to burn. I think it's 12 slots in the Mark II, and then there's 20 slots here for the Mark III. Yeah, that's charging up at a decent rate, but for right now I need to return to base, because I have even more crafting to do. But of course, it seems like I always start my episodes with a glut of crafting. So, let me see here. I need the flint and steel, the gunpowder, the sand, and the rest of my Mobius fuel. Now, what I'm going to do here is put the gunpowder in an X shape like so, fill the rest with sand. That gives me TNT. Ooh, made too much TNT actually. I only needed 2. Oh well. I have 2 TNT to spare, so I'll go ahead and put the TNT in here, 964 EMC. Also teaches the Nova Catalyst, 1506 EMC. Haven't figured that out. I think it's TNT plus Mobius fuel divided by 2. Yeah, I suppose that makes sense. Alright. Now, I'm going to put the Nova Catalyst in the corners, Mobius fuel on the sides, a flint and steel in the middle, and that gives me a very fun toy, the Destruction Catalyst. Before I use the Destruction Catalyst, I'm going to go ahead and put the TNT up, and the glowstone dust I got from destroying that one glowstone block. That reminds me, I should probably charge up my electric wrench. At least. I'm not going to fret as much about the electric tree top, although I've got more than enough power for it. Alrighty. So that's my electric wrench and electric tree tap all powered up. I'll put the electric tree tap up in my inventory. I'll need the electric wrench shortly, I think. The next thing I want to do is grab the diamonds and the redstone. Now, if I take the diamonds, surround it by the redstone, and this is IndustrialCraft again, I get these energy crystals. 5 of them. Keep one aside for the moment. Let me think. So I'm going to grab my machine blocks, my electronic circuits, copper cables, and the stone. Now, you recall the bat boxes I have out there? Well, it's time for an upgrade. I need the machine block in the middle, the energy crystals on the sides, cables in the corners, and that gives me an MFE. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab my cables out of here. And I'm actually going to go ahead and place the MFE, and it should be right... No. Crud. That was not what I wanted. Well, I got the machine block back. So... yeah. 4 diamond, 32 redstone. Alright, recraft those. I have the cables in here, didn't I? Go ahead and recraft my MFE. Remember, next time I need to remove it, use the electric wrench. Alright, let me think here. So, bat box should be right there. Yes. Alright. Okay. Brief lag there. Alright. I'm going to remove that top cable. Now, I'm going to do something a little bit crazy here. And I know I'm going to take some EMC losses. from this. Now, what should happen is the bat box will start draining its energy into the MFE. The MFE is going to replace the bat box as my principal source of power. Alright, next thing I'm going to craft is, I have the resources for this, it's 4 diamonds. I could use either redstone or silver ingots. I'm using silver ingots here. And then glass on the top and bottom, that gives me these glass fiber cables. Redstone will give you only 4, but using silver gives me 6. So I can get 24 glass fiber cables. I'm not going to be in a rush to place them just yet. The other device I need is, I believe it's a machine block in the middle, electronic circuit on the bottom. Yes, and that gives me what's called a compressor. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to check. There are 2 other things that I need to make before I can do what I want to do next. Alright, now I've figured out what I need to do. The first thing I need to do is put this iron dust in here. Oh, I forgot. I'm draining the bat box, aren't I? So I'm going to go ahead and put the cable up here so that it actually powers. And the idea is that any excess that doesn't go into the bat box should go into the MFE. So I'm going to go ahead and cook up all that iron. In the meantime, I wasn't expecting to need the electric tree top this episode, but I am going to need it because I need the rubber too badly. If I recall correctly, I'm trying to think, I think it's 3 rubber for each 4x insulated gold cable. And I need 2 of those, so 6 rubber. Of course I missed that lily pad. How could I not? Start off with our usual trees here. And I'll actually put it in the hotbar so I could see how much I'm getting. Alright. I'll swim a little ways out to make sure I grab it. 12 resin. Will that be enough? I have to decide. Will 12 resin do it? You know what? I think it will. I think 12 resin will be enough. I just have to remember, I had a site set out for the rubber tree plantation. I could start the first stage of the rubber tree plantation. This is the main disadvantage to building the foundations for my walls so close to the water. Namely, if I run along the walls and fall into the water, it's not a short swim back. Alright, at any rate, back to my IndustrialCraft area. Then this sticky resin is going to go into the extractor. I will not use it immediately to make cables. Oh, I forgot the equipment exchange stuff is on the way. So this client star is full, so I'll go ahead and have it fill up that client star. Oh wow, it's not really keeping up too well. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in the extractor. And I'm going to remove that cable. Hopefully that should divert all of the power. Even that might not be enough. How much power is in my MFE? Just over 100,000. Alright. I think I'm good on the backpack. The electric tree tap should be good. Alright. Let me see here. Yeah. Well, it's not going to be the quickest of processes, so I'm going to go off camera again, and then return once this iron is done smelting. Alright, I am back. Now, let me think. If I can... Right. What I'm making here, first off, is this EU splitter cable. Sorry, wrong key here. Alright. Now, still short a couple things, aren't I? So if I put this like so, that gives me 4 insulated HV cables. Combine it with another rubber to get 2x insulated. And that gives me what they call 4x insulated. But I still need 2 redstone, 1 stick, 1 cobblestone. Stick of the cobblestone gives me a lever, the redstone on the top and the bottom, and that gives me this EU splitter cable. Now, put some stone here. I need to craft another lever here. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and craft 7 machine blocks. If I put the machine blocks that's surrounded with copper cables on the top and bottom, I get these MV transformers. And now I need to look this up here. What I want to make is this transformer upgrade, which is, alright, 5 glass per. I need 7 of those, so 35 glass. Like so. Alright, the MV transformers go in the middle. I need, let's see, this 2x insulated gold cable. And I need 7 of those, so I need 2 gold, right? So 2 gold. That gives me 8 of those. Yes, there's my insulated gold cables. Oh, I need 14. I may not be able to make it. Crud. Well, so I'll have to steal some rubber from my project table. Why am I so short rubber, even with that? Actually, I will be short rubber even with that because I need electronic circuits down here. Unless I have more cables somewhere, do I? No, 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 no. Alright, well, off camera again to get even... You know what? Before I go off camera to collect even more rubber, I should put the destruction catalyst up before I screw it up. I'm actually going to go ahead... Let's see, where did I put the rubber tree saplings? I think they're out here, aren't they? No. No, so they're in here somewhere. But where? Where did I put them? Unless they're in this chest. They are. Alright. You remember that quarry I put down way back in episode 4, all the way up there? Also, you can see the tree farm still working. Oh yeah. Also off camera, I built this big road network. I was planning on getting to red powered lighting this episode. I may have to wait an episode for that, given the difficulties I've had with getting rubber. Well, dug all the way to the bottom, so I've planted stuff along the bottom. Got dirt, got the glowstone to keep everything lit up, and of course stone to line everything. Alright, now I'm just going to go ahead and put the rubber tree saplings here. I had bones. I probably should have made some bone meal and brought it down. But yeah, so back up this big, long ladder. And I know you're going to be bored watching me go up a ladder. Now I'm up the ladder. So down the road back to base. Yeah, it's not a short walk. Like I said, I marked out a huge area for my fortress. So go ahead and put the rubber tree sapling up. I have bones. Is it this chest? No. No, it's this chest here. So let me make sure I teach this to make bones first, before I turn it into bone meal. 45 bone meal. That should be more than enough to grow enough of the rubber tree plantation. Let me get my electric tree tap in my hotbar as well, so that I can start harvesting the sticky resin as soon as the trees grow. Ooh, one grew on me already. Well, that's going to save me. Yeah. I don't know if I necessarily need to grow all of them right away. And luckily that did leave me a path around my ladder. Remind me to teach the transmutation table to make bone meal. Oh yeah. I really love bone meal. And even just the spots I can see immediately without having to de-leaf the trees, I can get them pretty easily. Still pretty good as far as resin, or at least as far as I could tell. Yeah. Okay, it's not bad. I could have done worse. Alright. And yeah, by planting them this way, I could just run along the edge here, look down all of the trees, and see what resin spots are available to be harvested. Alright. I don't think that would have exposed another resin spot, and in fact it did not. I do have 16 sticky resins, so I'm going to go ahead, head back up to my base. I really need to consider getting a faster way up to base. Well, nah, it's not going to be as much of an issue once I have more layers of the rubber plantation set up. Yeah, that's right, I said layers. The idea is eventually, when I'm done with it, it's basically going to be a bunch of floors of stone and glowstone with dirt to support the rubber trees, and extra columns consisting entirely of rubber wood that will produce the sticky resin that I need. Let me go ahead and put the resin in the extractor. And in the meanwhile, let me check to see where my Pine Star is. Okay, so it's about 37,000. Alright, I'm going to go off camera while the sticky resin is being extracted. Alright, and the last of the rubber is being extracted. And there we go. So now I'm going to go ahead and put in this project table. And grab my 42 copper cables. It just occurred to me that I need 7 more, or do I have? Oh, I do have the 7 refined iron. Lucky me. So grab my redstone. I am getting a little low on redstone, but I'm not actually that worried about it. Alright. So go ahead and craft it up in this table. And that gives me 7 electronic circuits, which I can then put in the bottom slot here, and that gives me 7 transformer upgrades. And now that I've got that, let me look something up real quick. Now what I'm going to do here is start knocking these machines off. Hold on a minute, let me check something real quick. I'm going to put the raise mini-map menu on N. That way. Wait a minute. Okay. There we go. And that puts me in lossless wrench mode. And what that does is it ensures that I do not lose the machine. It's not cheap. But in a situation like this, wow, it is really not cheap. But it is so worth it. So now, what I'm going to do, first off, let the power drain out of the bath box here, and then destroy the cables leading up to it so that it doesn't get refilled. And I think my backpack can eat up the last of it, I'm hoping. Yes. Alright. Now, I can collect the bath box again. And collect these cables. I'm done with them. Now, before I go much further, I'm going to put the EU splitter cable here. Leave those in my inventory. I have my lever. Looks like I'm going to have to put a block of stone. No, not there. Not like that. Alright. Go ahead and grab back my lever. Need to run back to base real quick to grab some more redstone. Whatever redstone I have left. I shouldn't need much. 1, maybe 2 pieces. There we go. Alright. Now, I'm going to leave it like that. Basically, since the redstone current is on, that's not getting power. So now I'm going to go ahead and put the glass fiber cables. I might want to go ahead and just finish up this cleaning up process. Yeah, that's building up a lot of EU. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and put stone blocks here and here. So that I remember that that's a line that's not to be crossed. That way I don't have that redstone potentially interfering with any of my machines. Clear this out just a little bit further. Now I'm going to go ahead and place the compressor, the furnaces, the extractor, and the macerators. The 3 macerators will go here along this side. I'm going to put the 2 electric furnaces here and here. The compressor will go here facing the macerator, and the extractor goes here. Now, each of these machines has these 4 slots along the side. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a transformer upgrade in those slots for each of these 7 machines. Now, because of the way I have this set up, each of these 7 machines requires its own transformer upgrade. And I have to make sure it's in place before I turn on the power. That's why I had that switch leading up to the EU splitter cable here. That way I don't have power flowing through there while I'm putting in the transformer upgrades. And now that I have the transformer upgrades, I can go ahead and turn it back off. And it's powered up. Nothing has exploded. Perfect. This is going to allow those machines to use the medium voltage that the I forgot what it's called. But yeah, anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start making some stuff to actually be compressed. I'm going to start with a row of refined iron on the top, a row of tin on the bottom, a row of bronze in the middle should give me 4 of those mixed metal ingots. I only needed 2, didn't I? Alright, 4 coal dust in a square gives me raw carbon fiber. 2 gives me raw carbon mesh. And yeah, I did make too much of that. And now let me double check the recipe for what I want. What I'm making is a nano saber. Oh yeah, that's why I had the 2 glowstone dust in my inventory. So go ahead and grab them back out of the inventory. I'm actually going to go ahead, put the glowstone dust and the energy crystal in there. And then I'm going to run out to my compressor. Now that's the extractor, here's the compressor. Now I'm going to put the raw carbon mesh in there. While I'm at it, I think I'm going to go ahead and charge up my backpack the rest of the way in the MFE as well. Yeah. As you can see, it's barely making a dent in the storage of this MFE right now. Of course, part of that may be because of how much power is being generated by these 6 water mills. Alright, and now it is rebuilding, which tells me that the backpack's done charging. Take it out, put it back on. And the raw carbon mesh compresses into carbon plates. And now for the mixed metal ingots, I'm going to go ahead and run inside. Double check the recipe real quick. Alright, so the carbon plates go along the bottom. Let me see, do they have an EMC value? They do not. Fair enough. Just have to remember how to make them. And yeah, my eventual auto-sorting system will have a protocol for making them. As you can see, the mixed metal ingots compress down into advanced alloys. I only need 2 for the nano saber. I'm going to go ahead, does that work? Yes, there we go. And there's the 2. So go ahead, go inside, put the advanced alloys in here. And there we go. Now I have a nano saber. And just to complete my complement of weapons, I'm going to go ahead and grab the rest of this out of here. Now, bow is, I think, 3 sticks like that, and then 3 strings like that. That gives me a bow. As for the arrows, flint on top, sticks in the middle, feathers on the bottom. That gives me 4 arrows, 1 stack of each, therefore gives me 4 stacks of arrows. That's a lot, obviously. And I still have some more arrows in a chest or 2 over here, I'm sure. Yeah, I think it's just that one, though. Wait, hey, I can work with that. Alright. Might as well go ahead and grab the rest of my advanced alloys out of here. And while I'm at it, charge up the nano saber in the MFE. That should store enough power. Yeah. I'm also going to check one other recipe while I'm here. It's called the Lap Pack. It requires 6 lapis lazuli blocks and an advanced electronic circuit. But it has a storage capacity for, I believe, 300,000 EMC. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and craft... Well, first let me check to make sure that the transmutation table knows... Oh, it just now learned lapis lazuli. So be it. Craft those together into a lapis lazuli block, which I know the transportation table doesn't know that. So now I'm going to put the lapis lazuli block in the middle, put the Klein star on the left. Now I can pull energy out of the Klein star to make stuff. I'm going to craft some lapis lazuli blocks, 6 of them, leave 1 in reserve, and that nearly depleted my Klein star. So put that lapis lazuli block in there. Now I'm going to go ahead and take off the backpack for this one. Backpack goes in the middle, the lapis lazuli on the sides. Now the advanced circuit is electronic circuit, 4 redstone, 2 glowstone, 2 lapis. So get 2 lapis, get 2 glowstone. Am I out of redstone? I guess I am. Oh, nearly. Alright. Go ahead and grab the 4. Actually, I need 2 more redstone now that I think about it. Alright. So go ahead and take the Klein star back out of there. It's going to need to be recharged eventually anyway. Let me think. Do I have any iron? 1 iron ingot. And I apologize, this is running a bit long. Okay. More than a bit long. In fact, I hate to say it, but I think once I get this lat pack made and put it in the MFE, I'm going to have to end the episode. Once again, I've oversubscribed an episode. Alright. Make up my electronic circuit. The redstone goes in the corners. The glowstone top and bottom, lapis lazuli left and right gives me the advanced circuit, which I can now put in here. Yes, and that gives me a lat pack. Now that pack is fully charged, 60,000 EU. The lat pack is 1/5 charged. Yes, the capacity of the lat pack is 300,000 EU. And it will drain power to, I think, pretty much every IndustrialCraft tool available. Now, let me go ahead and put my Klein star back in here. Yeah. Let that charge up a bit. And with that, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it an episode. Next episode, I'm going to do the other part of what I had planned to do this episode. Namely, use the destruction catalyst on a mountain off that way. No, not the hill with the apiary on it. It's further off in that direction. Let me think, was there anything else? I'm sure I'll be fine. Alright. And the lat pack is now fully charged. And with that, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it an episode. Good night, everybody. This has been Industreleven. Thank you for watching. Please rate, comment, and/or subscribe.